A pair of five-star Golden State quarterbacks have already chosen which side of the rivalry they will represent. Josh Rosen will be in with the Bruins, while Ricky Town was destined to go to USC. But who's going to stop this pair of passers? Hey everyone, I'm Shea Pepler, and as our Recruiting Rivals series continues with UCLA and USC, let's welcome in National Recruiting Director of Rivals.com, Mike Farrell. And Mike, let's start with the guys that will be chasing these two quarterbacks around on the defensive line. Who's yet now to commit?
Yeah, I think there's two guys in California that I think will stay in the Pac-12. Rasheem Green's a big defensive tackle out of Sarah High School. A lot of people think he's going to go to USC because, that's a pipeline school for USC. Oregon's in the mix as well. The reason I think this is a UCLA, USC thing is because his mom went to UCLA, so I really do think there'll be a factor before all is said and done. But that being said, I think Green's probably destined to play for the Trojans. He could play defensive end as well for them. And Keyshawn Lucier South is a guy, a tall, thin defensive end who can play linebacker. Right now he's leaning towards UCLA. USC hasn't pushed that hard yet because they feel they're in good shape for five-star John Houston, who's also out of Sarah High School, teammates with Rasheem Green. If Houston starts flirting with some other schools or they start to feel less confident about him, they're probably going to amp it up towards Lucier South as well. So you could see a battle for both of those guys between these two programs.
Well, moving to a couple toss-ups in the backfield. Westwood versus Southern Cal. Where do you see the D-backs ending up, Mike?
I mean, these are more, I think, direct USC-UCLA battles. Marvell Tell is a big safety. He's a guy that I think is leaning towards USC right now. UCLA by no means is out of this. It's probably going to, be one of those late California decisions, see how the season goes, take your official visits. And Deshaun Holiday is a cornerback who, right now, I think he's wide open between the two of them. I don't think he has a leader between them. I think he's going to visit both numerous times. And a lot of the California kids sort of, they look and see, where other kids are going and determine some of their decision based on that. They want to be part of a big defensive back group. And, I think Holiday could be one of those guys.
Well, there's still one stud standing from Cali. That's Iman Biggie Marshall. Both schools still on the mind for him. Which way do you think he's leaning?
Well, I think USC right now, he's a 6'2" cornerback, so the SEC is going to be all over him. He's a prototypical NFL guy, top cornerback in the country. I think this is going to play out for a long time. We saw Dory Jackson last year play it out till signing day. I think Biggie Marshall's probably going to play it out till signing day as well. Visit a lot of different schools. I think UCLA is going to charge hard. They do a very good job recruiting defensive backs. USC has the lead right now, but again, we're going to see how Steve Sarkisian's team does on the field this season. Obviously Jim Mora has to have success at UCLA. A lot of these kids will be watching during the season to see what happens.
All right, Mike Farrell of Rivals.com, thanks very much for the insight.
All right, no problem.
Well, speaking of USC, we look back at O.J. Simpson's legacy while in Troy. Pete Futek and John Jackson discuss only on CampusInsiders.com.